Now I have completed the user part. Now let's start the borrow the books. So how to borrow all the books? We have done it. One book, one book has many borrowers. One book has many borrowers. If it is Java, imagine if it's a Java book, it has a many borrowers. At the same time, one user can borrow many borrower. Okay, the book has a many borrower. The same time, user has a many borrower. So one to many relationship, user and books. So here I have to make the columns. Okay, so here you can see these all the columns. These are required columns. I'm going to select the entity, which is a class borrow. This one, based on it. This one, book. Paste over here. Borrow. This one, ID primary key. Generate type. Identity. Okay, this one should be the int. Okay, so we have to establish the date. It is a local data date. We have to local date. You have to implement the local dates. Okay, so here what I did here is, so these are the things I have created. Int, this is the integer type. This is API, the books, the book. So now let me add the relationship. Okay, so first one side. So it's a one side. You have to add the relationship. Okay, so one side, how to implement the relationship? You have to implement that over here. One book. So you have to write here the book side. You have to write it here. One book, one to many. So here we have to write this one should be the book. The book, one book has set of borrowers. So you have to write a borrower, set of borrower. Okay, here right you have to write a borrows. Okay, one book has set of borrowers. So they at the same time go to the borrower side. We have a many to one join column book ID. This is the primary key. Here we have a generate the foreign key. Okay, this is a book. Okay, at the same time user, go to the user. Here the same thing, you have to paste on the user as well. The book, the same thing, just copied the user. One user, so one user, map by user, set of which one? Borrower. Okay, borrower. Okay, the same thing you have to do it here as the user table is a primary key. Here join as a foreign key. Many to one join column like this. This is the efficient way to join the columns. Okay, we have a relationship, book ID and user ID, borrower date and return date. Okay, these are the data type. You make it as local dates. You have to write like this. It's a simple way. Now we have to implement the get and set method and everything. You have to write it here. Right click, generate constructor. First we have all the properties we needed. Click OK. Second one, we will generate the generate without ID. Second, the third one as a no arch constructor. These all the constructors very must when you are implemented. Okay, non-constructor. After that we have to generate the get and set method. I click generate, get and set. All the select all get and set methods. After that we have to generate the toString method. Generate toString. That's it. Okay, right. Now what I'm going to do is, these are all things I just copied. I'm going to create a DTO. So type borrow DTO. After that borrow save DTO. Borrow, sorry, borrow save DTO. Okay. Now here what I'm going to DTO, all things we have to implement also. ID, this columns we no need them, only we need this one only. So here only thing we haven't do it here as columns we haven't give the name, whereas borrow. So here this we join column we haven't give the name, this column name which is a should be there. I'll give this one as a borrow date. This one should be the return date. When the table is created, these are join columns. Return date. That's it. Keep in your mind when you do it. That is a thing you are very must for implemented. Okay, so here borrow save DTO. Okay, these are things. Save DTO, the ID is not needed, so this is auto incremented. So borrow save DTO. Got paste on it. Here also got implement the large constructor, no large constructor also over here, and save also we have to implement it. That's it. We have done the things perfectly well. Perfectly well. We done it. Okay. Now what I'm going to this all things are done. Now let's go to the which one is a borrower stuff. Okay, we have borrower stuff. You have select this one, new. Here what I'm going to do is here Java class, you have to write borrow controller. Borrow controller. Here what I'm going to publisher, these things all things I just copied. We implement the borrow controller. Right. So now here we have a borrow controller which is a post method. So here we have to implement this first one. We have to pass it over here. Here this one we have a borrow service. Select the service, right click new, Java class, borrow service. So borrow service, copy this borrow service, this is the interface. After that IMPL also, borrow, this is a class, borrow service IMPL. This one implements which one? Borrow service. This one the annotation you have to write it here, service. Okay. You have to do the things very carefully. This is very must, so be carefully. So you have to write it here. This one should be a borrow service. It's a borrow service. Okay, like here when the click save borrow. Once so this is a wave borrow, this is a borrow save DTO, borrow save DTO, borrow save DTO, borrow save DTO. Implemented this one. So this one is a borrow service, add borrow. So right, borrow successful. Borrow world successful. Add borrow. Click on this borrow. Books. Add borrow. Click on this. Click here. Create borrow world. Click on this. Implement it. Right. Now here we have a repo called borrow. Select this one, new class. Select as interface. Borrow repo. This one also we have to implement this one. Extend this keyword, this all things. Borrow. Sorry, publish this is the borrow. This entity. That's this integer type. This integer type. Okay. Everything perfectly well. Okay, when you borrow the books, add borrower. Now borrower, what I'm going to do is here, you have to get the data, borrow implementation. Okay, so the same, both the here the books, get all like a book. Sorry, here get all books. This one, same to just copy it. You have to add the borrower, add borrow books. Here you have to as a borrow entity. Okay, so borrow. Okay, this one is now you have an idea. You have to change it as a, when you add the record, you have to change it as an entity. So you have to call the entity class. This one should be borrow. So borrow here, write it over here. Save borrow DTO dot. First one is a get book. We can't get like this. We have to first one how to get by. First one book is we have to get by out get it by the book. Okay, so we out get the by book. First one is a borrower book ID, author ID, sorry, book ID and user ID. So book ID you get the, we already made the relationship. So yeah, how to do the thing is first to implement this one book repo, sorry, book repo and user repo, and third one is our which one, borrow repo. Borrow repo. Okay, so you're right, borrow repo. Okay, so borrow repo dot get by id, get by id. You have tried this borrow save DTO dot get get okay, the problem is here, this one, why it's not coming here is back DTO, not a book, this is a int. Since it's called as int, book also int, users also int. This ID we have taken, this is a book ID, here also the user ID. Okay, it's a saved DTO, not we have to get, okay, that's why it's not coming. Now here you have to implement this one. Now we have saved DTO dot, now you can see here get right here, what's going on. Okay, save. Okay, wait 1 minute, just save. Now let's run it. Why it's not indicated, get by id, sorry, not borrow book, not a book repo. So book repo dot this borrow save DTO dot here get why it's not coming, why is the thing borrow save DTO, borrow save DTO, why I did it. Okay, so here we have done it, sorry, not here, we have do it here borrow save DTO. These two things are do it borrow save DTO, that's why it's not implemented. Now we have to it dot here get id, it's coming. After that you have to write a book repo dot save DTO save DTO video. Now here you have write it over here. Book repo, user repo. After that, what I'm going to do is here date. Okay, so here you write bara save. You write here save video dot get date. Here borrow save. Sorry, you have to write it over here. Right, borrow date, comma save video dot get return date. That's it. Now here repo borrow repo dot save this borrow. You have to write it over here. Here also we have do it here. After done the borrower, you have to take the message. Okay, so here this one message written as borrower date. Right. Okay, so you write borrow dot get borrow date, get return date or borrow date. Right, otherwise no problem. It's no problem. We don't need them this one. Okay, so that's enough. Right, borrower successfully we have created the things. That's the thing you have created. Now what you are going to do is now let's all things are fine. Now let's run and check it whether it's working fine or not. Run the application. Now it's working. You can see here. Now let's check it. Again, you have to get the VS Code editor contenting tool. Let's check that instead of doing a Postman, because it's very here. It's easy. It's simple. It's open up. Request. Now you check it. When the request is coming, where's the borrower control? So this borrow HTTP. You get this one. API borrow save. This is the post method. Body change it as this one. You change as a body. Change like this. Let's write it over here. This all the API we have get it. Borrow save. These are the APIs. We have just copied. Paste on it over here. Book ID, auth ID, borrow date. These are the APIs. Book ID, use ID, borrow date, return date. This API. Now book ID. What's the book ID? You are getting it. You can check it, the book ID from the book table. Get stuck. I haven't have deleted the book, that's why it's not working. Now I'm going to add the books, then only we get the book ID. So what's the book I'm going to borrow? So here it's no problem. So let's do the things. You have to copy this, we have to make another request here. You have to write this one as a post method, and the book so API, just copy this, paste on it over here, this post method, this API book, save book here, right here, plus or the book. So the book DTO, book save. This one should be book title. So Java. Author ID. To publisher ID. To comma send it, book header, so here we have get all book header. We have had a new equation, check it whether book is get all books, get all book ID 2. Okay, book ID 2. So let's edit book ID 2. User ID I have created, this is a 1. Borrow date, you have tried it here, 2024, month of 7th, 9th, day, today date. Okay, so you have to end our date. This I'm going to put it over here as 2024 7th.11. We have a due date. Okay, wait, we have to make this one as well. Okay. Now let's check it. Bad request by the borrow timestamp. Now it's borrowed successfully because the problems here you have tried like this. So you have tried it, put the 0 here, then only it works. Here borrowed successfully. Now you will be able to see here borrower is a borrower. Let's see here, this is your borrower. Here it's working. User ID, return date, it's working successfully. You have done the borrow stuff. Okay, once you add it, thing is you have to put it 1 0 here. That's it. I hope you guys understood things. Thank you.